I'm back. As you know, you needed glossy accents for the little bee, and you needed some glitter and a bead for its little eye. But for the rest of the card, you're going to need an adhesive. I use zip dry glue because I like the way it acts. You will also need, I'm out of breath because I just ran up the stairs, I'm sorry. You'll also need these little 1/2-inch foam tapes. You can get them in 2 different brands. You can go to Hobby Lobby. They have the Paper Studio. They're called Sticky Doos. Or you can go to Michael's and they're called Recollections, and it's just foam adhesive circles. And you need the, I think about 12 of them for the card, 11 or 12 of them for the card. So, at any rate, let's put this card together. I've already got the card scored. I want to put this together, and let's use I did put the bee together, so we won't have to go through that. You won't be bored watching me with that. I like this wide one. It seems to really get here, and you don't have to worry about it. The only thing is you got to make sure that you put it down straight, because once you put it down, it's down. So we want to make sure that we have it straight. Equal spacing all the way around. And of course, am I doing that? No. I think that should do it. Pretty close. Okay. And then I tell you what, it's been so long since I crafted. It really feels good to be back and doing this. And getting this ready for a card party, it's a handful because I've made so many of these cards. But I wanted something really, really nice. I have to tell you, it's really exciting, the card party, because we have so much fun. And we get to meet so many nice people. This week we actually have, or not this week, this month we actually have Amy from May Made It is joining us. I ordered some of her stamps. Well, let me show you her stamps. I got them right here. May Made It, and they're for bears, and it's called Berry Sentimental, and she's got a really cute set of bears, different sentiments for bears, you know, like Berry Thankful, Pause and Enjoy Life, sending you a very big thanks, and I can barely wait to see you, and things like that. Really cute. At any rate, I get them in the mail, and return address is Clanton, Alabama. That's less than an hour from my house. So I send her a note. I tell her about the card party, you know, and next thing you know, it turns out my friend Anita, and you've seen the pictures of us on the website after the card party, Anita is her aunt. And it's Anita's turn to, and I had told Amy in the little note, I hope that someday you can join us at a card party. Well, Anita invites her to the card party, and Amy's coming. So, I get to meet Amy at May Made It. So, now, what I do here, the first thing I do is I get the card ready, okay? At this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the word celebrate, and I'm going to put it on the front of the card. And, of course, I use my zip dry because I love zip dry glue. And, anyway. Everybody's getting their cards ready. The party isn't until June 14th. However, we've got Memorial Day in between there, and then I need to take a trip to see my mother. So I'm, you know, kind of short on time. So I figured, well, I'm going to just have to start working it now, so. And I had designed this right after the last card party. I designed it, and I thought, I just need to make another spinner card because it's one of my favorite cards. And I don't know whether you want to call it a slider card or a spinner card. I call it a spinner card because the little thing spins. Other people call it a slider card because it's on a little slider. So I put Celebrate right there at the top. Doesn't that look cute? Okay, now we need to get our slider ready. As you know, I already stamped it. I showed you that. And I like to make sure that my ends match up perfectly. And they are... I'm going to check one thing. No, now they are. Now they are. Okay. Even though you cut it out and there's two separate, I didn't have it centered absolutely 100%. It's like a 1/16 of an inch off center, so you got to make sure that you match up your sides perfectly. Just any of those using my file know that. And just match it up before you put it together. And you put your slider together. Sliders together. Put it aside to dry. Then you take your little thing, which is what it's going to spin on, your little scallop circle, and you want to glue that. I like to get these parts done ahead of time so they get a chance to dry, you know. Putting these cards together is not that hard. The hardest part is designing it. It is a little bit harder to design. And then I like to just make sure it's pretty straight as I can. I like that the zip dry allows me to change it a little bit. So you set that aside. Then let's go on the inside of the card and add our happy birthday right across here. And I like to set them down because to see how much room I have. Okay. On there. And happy. Anyway, we've got coming our 5 of us always come, and that's Laura, Anita, her daughter Abby, myself, and my daughter Jennifer. And then Jennifer actually has a friend going. Allison is her name. She's new this time. And then May, Amy, she's new this time, and she's bringing a friend with her. Since they're driving quite a distance, that's pretty good. So she'll have someone to drive with, you know, to ride with, because that is, I mean, it's an hour drive, and we start at 7 o'clock at night, and we don't get done till usually 11:30, 12 o'clock. So, because we get to jabbering and eating, and then we never bring just one card to do. I usually take 2 or 3. I take one hard one. This is my hard one. And then I take a couple real easy ones, and I have another one like I showed you at the beginning. I showed you the paper on it. It's really awesome, and it's an awesome card, and it's the A2 wide card, which I've showed you how to make numerous times on my Gypsy. It's just one of my favorite things to do because I love, love, love shape cards, and cards like this one that are interactive, you know. Happy birthday. You know what I need down here? I need some Kleenex down here, or some paper towels, because I've got a little over here. There. Got that off. But you know, you don't want to have over. Of course, zip dry, you can roll it off after it dries a little bit. So we'll let that dry a little. Roll it off. There we go. That's the nice part about zip dry. It reminds me of rubber cement, and that allows you to do that. You get one of these things. I don't know. I got this close to my heart. I think other people sell it too. It's like a little eraser thing, and it takes off little marks on your card, extra glue. It's wonderful. Fits in the corners. And I overglue. I know I overglue, but I'm so afraid something's going to fall apart. Okay, we got our happy birthday on. Now, let's get our little slider on going across here. We're going to go like this. Okay. And you take your little dots, your little foam dots, and you want them out enough where you can't see them, but you want it so this is clear right in here so that your penny rolls just perfect on it, okay? So make sure you do that. And you want it sturdy enough because that penny is heavy. You know, we're dealing with just paper here, so we want to make sure that it's just right. And I put enough on where I know that the card will be sturdy, which is 5 on each side. This 2 were a little bit too close. And make sure you put those dots, push them down so that they adhere. I've got a textured paper that I used, and I want to make sure that it stays on, so I push it down pretty firm. Okay, we have 10 of them on. It'll definitely hold the weight of the little turner thing with the bee on it and the penny and the... See, this isn't too bad. Okay, put that aside. Celebrate. And then you push it down, making sure that it adheres also. Okay? Now, I find the hardest part is putting the pennies together because you need them perfectly round. So you want to make sure that the little circle gets right in the center of the penny. And excuse me if my hair gets in the way, but I want to make sure that it's just right. Okay, it's right in the center. Take off the top and then put your other penny on, and if you get them right next to each other, okay, squeeze them together so that they're together, and then stick your penny in, roll it, roll it, roll it, so it gets on there. There we go. And see? Now you need to take your little bee, and we need to get little, and I think I'm going to use just a foam tape on the back of it, because otherwise it gets a little bit too high. These little circles are really, really thick, so we'll use a foam tape. Sorry about that, I wasn't quite ready. I hadn't thought that out. I was ready, but I hadn't thought it out. Okay. And see how much narrower the foam tape is? See the difference? It's about half the thickness. So I'm going to use the foam tape instead because I think it's a wiser choice. There. So I guess we needed foam tape too. I mean, that's a personal preference. I'm using that as a personal preference. And make sure your bee, the body is centered so that it twirls around and round perfectly. Okay. Push your bee down so it stays secure. Because once you get them on the penny, it's hard to push them down secure. Then you need one of those on the bottom of the penny. Or I should say on the top of the little penny here. And then you center the bee on it. And I like to look at it so I can see the center. And you put the bee on it. And you push it down. Now, see? Isn't that just awesome? But as you know, I don't consider my cards complete until I stamp the back. So let's get that color back. My color box colors. That artichoke, we'll use that same color so that it looks kind of nice. Ink it up. Get the secret weapon out. And then put it down right in the center. Hold it down. I think I got my hair in the way a couple times on this today. Handcrafted by Sheila McShay. Doesn't that look nice? Let me get my thing clean. I love the baby wipes. I don't know who I learned that from on a website, but I want to tell you, it's the best thing in the world for cleaning. Now, let's move our thing, take a look at our card, and we should be all set. Handcrafted by Sheila McShay on the back. Our little bee celebrating as he's buzzing by. That's awesome. Happy birthday. Thank you so much for joining us at She's a Sassy Lady today. And this file is available on my website, she'sassylady.blogspot.com. Be sure to go there to get your free file. Thank you much, and I'm going to try to get it also in CCR, but until I actually put it on, I don't know whether it'll work or not. So, you have a blessed day. Thank you for joining us at She's a Sassy Lady. Bye now.